When I was 7 years old, I loved looking at photo books. Not the ones you typically see a young kid looking through. I liked looking through archive books from Life, National Geographic. I loved reading the context and stories behind each of these photos. While revisiting some of these books when I'm a lot older, I stumbled across this. This photo was taken in Ohio, and it depicts this kid about to cave the head in of this poor fox. And the context behind it, as you can see in the lower right hand corner, is tradition over there to encircle the foxes and beat them to death. This photo made me wonder if there were other games or events like this throughout history. And surprisingly, there are a lot. I mean, there are a lot of weird and messed up things we've done to animals and for games. And I'm just gonna walk you through some of them. The first one is called fox tossing. Fox tossing was a blood sport that was popular in the 17th and 18th centuries, according to Wikipedia. The game consisted of 2 to 4 people on 2 ends of a sling made of rope or cloth, and a bunch of wild animals collected from the surrounding forests and fields. These animals were typically creatures that were labeled vermin, like rabbits, boars, and foxes. These animals were held and fed until the event where they were released into a confined ring where they would run around. While the animals ran around in a panic, they would unknowingly run over the slings of rope where the participants were waiting. They would then be flung in the air. The winner would be the group to have flung either the fox or whatever the poor animal was that day the highest. This typically would kill it. You may be wondering if the animals fought back and tried to change their terrible fate, and the answer was yes. Yes, there were cases where patrons or participants would be attacked, mauled, bitten, scratched, but this was labeled as part of the game. Goose pulling is not what you call your goon sesh. It is a game that is practiced by fastening a live goose with a well-lubricated neck to a pole and suspended across a road. The name of the game of the contestants, known as pullers, is to try and rip the head off of the goose. Cock throwing. Cock throwing, or cock shying, is not a term your girlfriend uses to make fun of your penile inadequacies. It is a game where you throw a chicken at a set of sticks stacked like bowling pins. The name of the game is to see how many sticks you can knock over with the chicken. I'm kidding. It's actually the opposite. You try to throw sticks called cock steals at the poor cock until it died. This was popular in Britain, mainly as a way of inflaming anti-French sentiment, because, you know, France, they like cocks. Birds that were used sometimes had their legs broken or were placed in earthenware jars to prevent them from, trying not to be hit. I forgot to mention that this sport was popular around the mid to late 1600s and slowly lost popularity around the early to mid 1700s when people were thinking it was a pretty shitty thing to do to roosters. The last section of this video is gonna be touching on baiting. Baiting is a terrible thing that people still do to animals, and it's where you use another animal, be it the same one or a different animal, to cause the other animal to try to kill it or hurt it, or you try to instigate them to fight each other to death. And the other game is called coursing, where you send another animal to chase down another animal, like sending a weasel after a mouse. Some well-known games like this is bullfighting and cockfighting and dogfighting. I visited the Philippines, and they have special arenas for cockfighting, which is pretty weird. We were outside of a gas station, and we look across, and there's a sign that it's like cockfighting and stuff like it's so weird. And they attach knives to the talons of these things, or like to the spur on the back of a chicken's leg, in order to make the other chicken die. Anyway, a list of the baiting, fighting, and coursing games. There's badger baiting, bear baiting, beta fighting, boar baiting, bull baiting, camel wrestling, cock fighting, cricket fighting, dog fighting, donkey baiting, duck baiting, hare coursing, hyena baiting, jackal coursing, lion baiting, monkey baiting, horse fighting, ram fighting, rat baiting, spider fighting, and wolf baiting. Thank you so much for listening. This is my first video of hopefully many. I promise I'll get better. But anyway, yeah, like and subscribe. Thank you for listening.